1. A vague awakening. So noisy. Why is it so noisy? I opened my eyes, sliver thin. Before me was a street teeming with people. I had fallen by the roadside. Perhaps everyone took me for a drunkard, for no one came to lend a hand. Truly a cold and thin-hearted world. I pulled myself up slowly. My body felt light, airy, as if I had no strength at all. Was it because I slept outdoors for a night and caught a cold? Is my body truly that weak? This won't do. I must go home and train myself properly. Wait, where is my home? No. I don't even seem to remember who I am. I seem to have lost my memory. A hospital. I should probably go to a hospital for a checkup. My situation seems dire. I started running in a panic, weaving through the crowds. I even had the audacity to ask for directions, only to be utterly ignored. Have humans today lost even the most basic manners? After 1,000 hardships, I managed to find a small clinic. Nurse, this might sound strange, but I think I've lost my memory. I panted as I reached the counter, speaking to the nurse, who sat idly, but she didn't seem to have any intention of acknowledging me. Excuse me, nurse. She remained there, busy with some trivial task, while I stood like a fool talking to myself. She didn't want to pay me any mind at all. She must have taken me for a madman. The orange sky gradually dimmed. I returned to the street where I had first collapsed. Perhaps, just perhaps, there might be a clue there. I hoped so. Night fell, and the street suddenly turned silent. Almost all the shops were shuttered, except for a simply decorated flower shop that still held a flickering light. That's right, when I woke up this morning, I was outside this flower shop. Maybe I could ask the clerk what happened to me yesterday. It was an unremarkable shop, appearing tiny amidst the flowing crowds of the day. No one would notice its existence. But what drew people in was the fragrance of flowers wafting from within. I stepped inside, and amidst the dense clusters of blooms, I found the only clerk. His hair was golden, as unique and fresh as a Kerria flower among the blossoms. His slender fingers moved busily, scooping soil into a pot. Under the dim light, his pale complexion and earnest gaze captured me. Excuse me, are you busy? Since he hadn't noticed me, I was forced to speak up first. He stopped his work and slowly turned his head. Eh? Mr. Kitani? What are you doing here so late? Aren't you going home? If you want to buy flowers, we're closed. Come back tomorrow morning. He spoke to me with a beaming smile. You know me? Are you joking, Mr. Kitani? I don't recall today being April Fool's Day. He covered his mouth and chuckled. I'm serious. Do we really know each other? What are you saying? Didn't you just come in yesterday morning to buy a bouquet? I didn't realize you were such a humorist, Mr. Kitani. I thought you were a very serious person. Having said that, he clutched his stomach and laughed out loud. What's so funny? I stared at him in surprise, a doubt rising in my heart. Did I really know someone like this? Sorry. I did go a bit overboard with the laughing. He immediately looked at me with a serious expression, waiting for my next words. You might not believe me, but I seem to have amnesia. Amnesia? Yes. When I woke up this morning, I found myself lying on the roadside. I can't remember anything, not even my name. I don't have a wallet or anything on me. Mr. Kitani, you really are good at joking. Stop playing around and come back to reality. He clapped his hands clean and stood up to look at me. I'm truly not joking, I answered earnestly, hoping he would treat this with the same gravity. Fine, I'll believe you this once, Mr. Kitani. Can you wait a moment? I'll take you home once I've finished tidying up. Home? You know where I live? I asked, filled with anticipation. How could I? I meant my home. Since you've lost your memory, it's too pitiful for you to have nowhere to stay. You can stay at my place until you recover your memory. Why are you being so kind to me? Of course, it's not for free. You have to help me manage the shop. He finished with a slight smile. That pretty face deeply attracted my gaze. Oh no, I seem to have fallen for a man. 2. The chill and the warmth. 11 p.m. Walking ahead of me was the only person who knew me, supposedly. We were heading to this person's home, and my current status was amnesiac. An apartment not far from the flower shop was this clerk's residence. Come to think of it, I followed him home without even knowing his name. Is this really okay? Am I truly the Mr. Kitani he knows? Or does he intend to deceive me? Mr. Kitani, why are you dazing there? Come in. The clerk stood inside. Waking from my wild thoughts at the door, I reacted instantly. Yay, yes! I hurried to take off my shoes and stepped inside. The room was clean and simple. Looking at it, it was hard to imagine it belonged to a man. Small indoor potted plants were everywhere, and the first thing the clerk did upon entering was water them. You really like plants and flowers, don't you? Just call me Yoshito. Yoshito, it was indeed a beautiful name, but I had no memory of it at all. I don't know why, but I've loved flowers since I was a child. Because of this interest, I suffered quite a bit when I was little, but that's all in the past. Fortunately, I persevered. Yoshito spoke while watering the flowers, his silhouette looking particularly lonely. I suppose so. After all, kids usually like toys and things like that. A child who likes flowers must be rare. Not knowing how to respond, I offered a few polite words. You don't need to force yourself to answer me, Mr. Kitani. You were never good at talking anyway, so it's okay. Was I found out? I really am terrible. No, well. Just as I was about to speak, Yoshito turned his head to look at me. Truly, don't force yourself, Mr. Kitani. His gaze was so gentle it made my heart ache. All right. I hurried to turn my head away, not daring to look at him. That expression was too much. How was I supposed to stay in this man's house until I recovered my memory? This is torture. You must be tired. Go sleep in my bed. I'll go to sleep after I shower. Yoshito stood before the bathroom door and said this to me. The bed? That's not right. I'll sleep on the floor. No, you're a guest. Sleeping on the floor wouldn't be right. I'd feel too bad. What if you catch a cold? Fine, since you say so. If you don't mind, would you like to share the bed with me? Yoshito said something so exhilarating with such a serious face. It was unbearable. Heavens, what did I do in a past life to deserve this? I'll still sleep on the floor. Mr. Kitani, are you shy? Ha ha ha! We're both men. What are you shy about? He was laughing at me again. It's not being shy. I just feel it's not right. Don't worry. We're both men, so it's fine. As long as you don't mind, it's settled. Didn't you say you were afraid I'd catch a cold? Then let's share the bed. That's that. With that, Yoshito entered the bathroom. They say that after a great disaster comes great fortune. In the worst of circumstances, I've fallen for a clerk who seems to know me, and is a man, and now I'm in a situation where I have to share a bed with him, just for sleeping. Does this mean my life is heading toward a bright future? Perhaps losing my memory wasn't so bad after all. Yoshito's room was unexpectedly cluttered, with mountains of books piled everywhere. It was difficult even to walk. Whether on the floor or the shelves, they were all books about plants, with a few novels mixed in. I never expected him to be such a bibliophile. In the entire room, only the bed was tidy. Perhaps it wasn't that he made it often, but rather that he hadn't slept in it recently. The clearly vacant spot among the piles of books must be where he slept every night. Even lying on the bed, there was only the scent of cleanliness, the smell of detergent. So tired. My eyelids gradually closed with exhaustion. So warm. What is this warmth? Wrapped around me, so warm, but why do I still feel so cold? 2.5. The Solitary Botanist. Yoshito, are you sure you want to pursue studies in this field? A heavy atmosphere hung over the dining table. I felt the pressure. Yes, I answered slowly, then continued my breakfast. Well, wouldn't other fields be better? For example, a master's in green technology or something? There's money to be made there, but studying plants. So annoying. I'm full. In this house, no one understood me. From that day on, I never went home again. As a botanist, I spent every day with nature. Taking samples and observing plant ecology were the things that made my heart and soul feel at ease. The tranquility of nature felt like being in a paradise away from the world. It isolated me from the clamor of the city, allowing my mind to reach a certain level of transcendence. What I loved most were those beautiful, fragrant flowers. If I had to compare a flower to something, it would be love. Beautiful, yet fleeting. One must give it full devotion for it to bloom everywhere. Flowers intoxicate people. Love does the same. By the time you realize you've fallen too deep, you find there is no turning back. My love for flowers felt just like that. In this world, only one person understood me. The lady who hired me to work at her flower shop. She wasn't a botanist, nor a high-achieving scholar. She was just an ordinary housewife who opened a tiny shop because of her love for flowers. In her old age, she managed the shop alone. Her husband had passed away, and her children worked overseas, rarely visiting. Yet, staying in the shop alone, she never seemed particularly lonely. Taking care of flowers is hard work. You must have love, and you must be meticulous. Flowers, you see, if you don't give them love, they won't bloom beautifully. No matter how carefully you tend to them, one day the blooms will wither and lose their luster. This sentence from her was something I always kept in my heart. She was the one who encouraged me from behind. Happy days pass quickly. Happiness is always transient. In the year I graduated, she passed away. In the midst of the flowers, accompanied by their fragrance, she must have drifted away to heaven. After she passed, I managed the shop alone. Balancing university work with the shop was not easy. I once thought of giving up, but then the image of her radiant smile whenever she saw a flower would emerge. I couldn't bear to end her dream, nor the path I had persisted on, this flower shop. One day, just like that day, it will lead me to a fateful encounter with a stranger, won't it? And this flower, called an encounter, beautiful yet fleeting, it blooms, and then it fades. This is our encounter. This is our destiny. 3. Awakening and farewell. Yesterday's time felt so long. From the moment I lost my memory to meeting Yoshito and being brought to his home, it felt as if a month had passed. Now, lying on the bed and opening my eyes, I welcomed the second morning of my conscious reality. Where was the old me? What kind of mornings did I spend, and with whom? I can't remember. Every time I try to recall those things, my head hurts terribly. I don't know why, but my entire body has lost sensation. Only my head feels heavy, sinking. Strands of sunlight spilled into the room. In the bright space, I saw no sign of Yoshito. Perhaps he went to open the shop? With this thought, I wondered. I'm supposed to help at the shop, yet here I am lying idly. Is this really okay? I immediately got up to wash and hurried to the shop. The morning street was just like yesterday, filled with people who seemed heartless and hollow. The fragrance wafted toward me. Standing outside the shop, I could see Yoshito's back as he busily tended to the flowers. His golden hair looked even brighter in the sunlight. Stepping inside, I stood behind him, gazing deeply at his silhouette. So enchanting. Yoshito among the flowers was so beautiful. Before long, he noticed me. "Mr. Kitani, shouldn't you rest a bit longer? You can start helping tomorrow." No, I'd feel too bad. It's okay to start today. All right then. Go to the back storage room and bring out a few bags of soil. Some pots need repotting, because if we don't... Eh? What's happening to me? Why? Why did my hands move on their own? Hugging Yoshito like this, it seems bad. In an instant, I realized that it was an instinctive movement of my being. "Mr. Kitani, you're so cold." "Yes, so can you give me a little warmth?" "I can't. If I give you warmth, you'll leave, won't you?" But I have no choice but to leave, Yoshi." Yoshi? That was Yoshito's nickname. He didn't like others calling him that. But if I was the one using it, he didn't seem to mind. The past flooded into my mind the moment I embraced him. I would rather these memories never returned. Then I could stay with Yoshi forever. But there was no helping it, was there? In the end, I am someone who must leave this place. Don't leave me. I can't accept you leaving a second time. Don't leave me. Yoshito knelt on the floor, choked with tears, pleading with me. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for everything. But experiencing the feeling of falling in love with you all over again was truly wonderful. You endured it all day yesterday, didn't you? I'm so sorry. Please, live your life earnestly. Don't let your life fall apart because of me. No, you already left me once. Why did you come to see me yesterday? Clearly, you already. I won't accept you leaving a second time. I'm willing to endure it forever. Just don't leave me. Yoshi, I'm sorry. Deep down, you know this is impossible, don't you? Because I've already... The sound of crying echoed in the flower shop. Before long, I couldn't even smell the fragrance. My consciousness began to blur. Yes, this time I truly have to leave. 4. Epilogue. The Kerria and the Butterfly. 1 week after the lady passed away, that man appeared in the shop. He paced back and forth, his expression solemn, as if troubled by something. As the new manager, I approached him. Sir, do you need help with anything? No. His gaze remained fixed on the Kerria flowers, never wavering. Those are Kerria flowers, I said. Oh, he answered coldly. His expression didn't change, and his eyes wouldn't move. If you need them, I can wrap them for you. Yes, a bouquet is enough. The Kerria, a symbol of nobility. The one choosing the flower was as cold and aloof as the bloom itself. I had heard once that everyone has a flower that belongs only to them. Perhaps this gentleman had found his. I won't charge you for this bouquet. Hearing this, he was suddenly surprised. I couldn't possibly. No, everyone has their own special flower. You seem to have found yours. I won't take your money. Perhaps you're right. Actually, these flowers remind me of someone. That's why I wanted to buy them. Someone you long for? Yes, we've never spoken a word. In my eyes, there is only the silhouette of him working earnestly. I know nothing about him, yet I've fallen for him. These flowers are like him, shining with a golden light under the sun. So radiant. Perhaps he wasn't as difficult to communicate with as I thought. He was just not good at it. I see. Then take these flowers to him and talk to him. He took the bouquet from my hands, paused in thought, and then handed it back to me. What's wrong? Hello, my name is Kitani. What is yours? Eh? In that instant, I realized that the person he longed for was me. You said I should give the flowers to him and talk to him. I did. I had been confessed to by someone I just met, and it was a man. To be honest, I was truly startled then. Yet, why has it come to this end now? We finally loved each other. Why must we be parted again? He is a Kerria flower, a noble existence. To stay as close as a breath to him, I must transform into a butterfly, dancing forever by his side. The flower shop was bathed in sunlight. The flowers, lacking care, had all withered. Only that single Kerria flower shimmered with golden light within the shop. A blue butterfly circled above the Kerria, refusing to leave for a long, long time.